Hey guys, welcome back to Feed the Beast with Big J39 here, and I am still in my little cave here. And today I have a lot planned for us to do. We're gonna make something really cool. But first, I've been looking for some ender pearls, and I finally got 8 of them. Now, I can't tell you how many freaking endermen I had to find, but in Feed the Beast with Biomes of Plenty, there's a ton of biomes. So as you can see here, when I first started this map and what I've been at, I've basically had this area covered. I've traversed all of this trying to find the right biome, right? All this area, all over here. And I couldn't find it. I'm like, oh, well, that stinks. Well, wouldn't you know it? When I come back here, start working again, I'm like, I'll go west for a little bit. And right here is that freaking biome. And this biome right here is called an Ominous Woods. Now, an Ominous Woods is obviously kind of a scary, spooky place. And in that area, endermen spawn like crazy. So as long as you got some armor on and don't pick fights with multiple of them, and you have a good enough sword, you can go in there and hack and slash your way to getting some ender pearls. So I still need to go over there every once in a while. I need to collect a lot more ender pearls before I can really start doing some more advanced stuff. But today we're going to be dealing with some of this right here, some farms. I've been talking about doing farms here, but I just haven't had the resources or everything kind of prepared of what I wanted to do. So I got everything cleared out over here for these 3 areas. Now each of these places, and of course now the sun's going down, each one of these places fills up a chunk. So if you hit F9, you can see these red lasers that are now going up into the sky. These mark chunks. So each one of these is corners. If you hit F9 again, it'll give you a green grid showing that chunk. So, you know, it's pretty decent. And as you walk around, you can see. And this allows you to kind of see how many things are in one area, as well as maybe slime chunks and stuff like that. You can kind of understand what area slimes will be spawning in, so on and so forth. So that's a pretty neat trick. Also, if you do F7, you see all this yellow grid on the ground. All this yellow grid is where monsters can spawn when it's dark out. I don't have any torches on me, but you see how there's no mark like that around them at all here. It's because of the light from the torch. So this helps you figure out where monsters can spawn. Obviously, I am terrible at lighting up places. I really am. It's something that my friends always kind of pick on me about, because I just don't light up areas very well. I don't know why. But either way, let me do some sleep and do some sleep. Let me sleep. There we go. And then I think every one of these crafting tables is filled up with a recipe, and then we're gonna make a freaking awesome farm. Actually, we're gonna be making 2 farms, and between those 2 farms, we're gonna be producing energy, producing extra charcoal, producing fruit saplings that we can collect and then eventually turn into ethanol. There's gonna be a wheat farm that we can use for obviously the wheat, and the seeds can be used for seed oil and stuff for bees. Like, so these 2 things, these 2 farms together are going to do a lot of good for us. To be honest, the one thing I probably am short on is seeds. Oh, I got 50. It's not bad. Not bad to start with. So first, we have 2 more steam dynamos. So obviously these run on charcoal or coal, just like this guy over here does. So we got 2 of these. Now, this is hardened energy conduit. Over at my other area here, this is just leadstone energy conduit, and then you upgrade it with Envar. There's several different ways, there's 2 different recipes, I should say. One where you can just do 1 of these at a time with a nugget and a piece of redstone, or you can put 3, and then 1 ingot. I think that's a little bit more convenient. So we'll grab some of that. And this is an upgraded leadstone energy cell to a hardened one. And we're actually going to have 2 of these. Then here is a planter, which is Mine Factory Reloaded. And we're going to get 2 of these guys. And here is a harvester. And we'll have to put in the shears and the Envar axe. Whenever you guys make these, And like I think it's the what is it? The grinder. It's an Invar sword. So if you ever see these, make sure it's an iron or an Invar. Usually anything in Minecraft Reloaded, it's going to be an Invar tool. So just make sure you look at that. So there you go. All right, what's next over here? Got some item ducts. Same. They're basically fluid ducts just for items. You know, so instead of copper, it's tin with lead in the middle. Chests. These are upgrades. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room for them though, to be honest. Yeah. These upgrades are what you put into the harvester and the planters to create a radius, or bigger radius, I should say, increase the radius of it, and they go all the way up to 13. Look at upgrades. Here we go. These. So you can start with lapis, and they go all the way up. Here's emerald. Cobble gives minus the radius. I don't know why. I guess so. You just plant in one spot, but you could use an anyway. So radius 11. So that's big. That's big. That's very big. So to fill up that one chunk, you only need at least those squares that I've made. You only need a silver, which is a radius increase of 6. Some servos. This is distracting. Delete that. Some more fluid ducts. A stone saw for later. And also, this is something with these crafting stations. You take a normal crafting table and you put it back into your inventory, and then it creates a crafting station. And then once you put this next to a chest, you can actually go into that inventory of that chest. So I never mentioned that, and it's pretty nifty. I've never really used it per se, and actually, now that I'm doing stuff in Minecraft Reloaded, is this how you do it? I don't know. Is it? Somehow, let me look up hammer. It might be sheets. Precision hammer, sledgehammer. Okay. I'm gonna need some more, don't I? That's alright. Do this, and I'll show you guys what this does. And it helps you out a lot when you're doing it. Did I not do this right? Oh gosh, come on. I didn't have to make those extras. I'll use them, don't worry. Alright. Can I fill my inventory with anything else? The only thing I think I'm gonna need to make, which I didn't, now that I'm looking, is another aqueous accumulator, which kind of stinks. I need glass and all that fun stuff. Well, I might steal this one since I'm not running anything in here right now, and I can make another one off camera and do that. So there we go. Okay, let's get cracking. Nice, we got plenty of time. Oop, let me turn off F7. You don't want to run around with F7 on all the time, especially in big areas like this. It could cause a little bit of lag. So, where do I want to start with this? First of all, I need to see how do you. Okay, no, don't particularly want to do that. Whatever. I'm not gonna be too sad. I can always just put the dirt back, right? Actually, I'm going to have to do this as well. I thought there was a way that you could use the excavator and only dig up one, but from what I see here, I don't know. And I'm going to try to be as efficient as possible. God, there we go. So when you place planters, you're going to want to make sure that it's underneath the surface of the grass. So there you go, just like that. Same thing goes for over here. You can't be level because it needs to basically, the way I think about it is it has to push the plant up through the block, right? So if you think about it that way, you remember that. I just put an upgrade into this guy. And I'll do the same over here. And now, run some energy onto it. Probably gonna need more, of course. And now, let's see. Wonder how I'm gonna do this. Now that I'm looking at this, I just realized I don't have. Okay, so this is actually gonna be a perfect way to show you what this does. So when you put this in your hand, whoa, you see all this craziness going on here? This shows you the area that the planter is covering. So this pink area shows what the harvester covers. It's hard to kind of see since they're overlapping. So because there's no upgrade in this, it's only covering this small little area. And if you right click on this, it will turn it. So I'm gonna go take the upgrade out of this, just so I can see this a little better. Just go down one. Or is it just in front? It's just in front. How am I gonna do this? Alright, give me a second, guys, while I kind of figure out how I want to get this done, and I will be right back, okay? Alright guys, I am back, and I think I figured this out. Instead of doing it in the middle here, I was thinking about having it like back-to-back and stuff, but I realized that would actually decrease the radius by 1, and actually that wouldn't have been a bad thing, but I figured why not try to use up the entire area. So here we go. So the planters are in the middle, and then we have some hardened energy cable going up to here, and then over to our steam dynamos. Awesome. So what's next? We're gonna need to make sure water is getting piped into these guys. So put some fluids here. Luckily there is a pond right behind me. Do I have a bucket on me? Of course I don't have a bucket. Gosh dang it. It's something I usually always keep on me. But yeah, I'm glad I figured that out, because I was like, well, I guess I can just make some new upgrades and, like, you know, one radius less, or I could have it plant outside, but then that would look really messy, so. But I think this should work fine, and you know what, it might actually look even better. Okay, just want to make sure it's not running out of time or anything. Alright. And I definitely want to get this done with you guys. The episode shouldn't run any longer than 20 like they've been going, but you never know, right? So, here we go. And let's see, this guy's filling up. Cool. Alright, I put down the hardened energy cells here. I bumped their outputs all the way up to 400. These guys can go down to 0 and 50 and so on and so forth, but 400 is the highest, and that's what I want. I want them outputting as quickly as possible to make sure that these guys have the energy they need, and when these aren't running, I want these guys to be starting to store. Because eventually I should be able to just pick these guys up and put down an empty one, and then, you know, bring that over to my base if I need it, and so on. So, I think I just need to connect this. And now the hard part's gonna be to decide which one. I think that I want the wheat one closest to my house. So with the harvesters, you see this black hole on the back. That's where things are gonna get output. So that's where you're gonna need to put a chest or an item duct that I can flow into. So I always put a chest there, so it acts as a buffer. I'm kind of just cautious when it comes to stuff. Like I use energy cells to buffer the energy, and chests and so on for different things. So you'll see me doing a lot of this. So whenever it harvests something, it will just pop it right out the back here. And then you can get that moving. I have a little bit of a ravine down there. I've already mined everything out, but you can see that skeleton. It's just chilling. Alright. Alright, cool. Let me go grab... Do I have the seed? No, of course I don't. Let me go grab the seeds, and I'll need some charcoal to start off. So I'm gonna grab some saplings, and I'll even grab some birch ones that are in there. Oak saplings, yeah, and some seeds, and some charcoal. Oh, you know what I'm gonna need? I'm gonna need that is what I'm forgetting. I knew I was forgetting something. I'm gonna need this guy. Again, I'll just make another one of these off camera so I can just get this done for you. Alright. So this right here, so we're gonna make this our wheat one. So that's good. You just put the seeds in there. And I'll show you guys some more options that you can do with these a little bit later on, because you can configure the planter to plant certain things in certain areas. So that one's good. I'll have an item duct and stuff running back through here to put stuff in. And now this should have one of these. That should have one of these. Ooh, there we go. Throw the trees in here. And now we just got to get this starting to fire up. So we'll get this going. And then we'll try to get the charcoal running as quickly as possible. Let's see. So here's the redstone furnace. That's what we're going to need. Let's put that right there since it's in the middle. And we will need some item ducts and some servos. Again, you can set this up however you want. This is going to need to put wood. So what I just did is put a servo onto the item duct. So by right-clicking on the pipe with a servo, you see it says that it was installed. And then if you right-click with an open hand, and only with an open hand, will you be able to open this. Now you can turn this to like ignore, and that will constantly pull stuff right out of the chest at all times after you hit it with the crescent wrench once. So if it's on and it's red like that, that means it's going to be pulling constantly. Okay, looks like I set these up wrong. Let's try that. There we go. Awesome. Oh man, sleepy again. Need to eat something too. That's okay. Almost done, promise. Trying to think if there's anything I need to do. Let's see, oh, I need to put water spots. I could use a sprinkler, which I think I'll upgrade to here in a bit, but I think for right now, I don't want to make a bunch of sprinklers and aqueous accumulators, not right now at least, so I will do that off camera and when I get some more material, because I'm starting to get low on material again. So here's that. And so yes, so what was I doing? I was doing this. I need some oak wood. Let me go grab this tree. Good jump, bro. I am terrible at parkour. Oh, Supercraft Bros, terrible at it too. You're gonna have to hunt my buddy. Alright. And then whitelist those. So now this is gonna be starting to make charcoal. Then from here, we'll place some more of these and make sure that the orange is on the top so that it'll be outputting into those. Oh, of course, here and there. And for right now, I really don't have to worry about much else. This will buffer itself until these are totally full, and then I can put another like a chest on the end here, and that'll collect any excess buildup of charcoal. But for right now, that should be pretty decent on what we're gonna need. And yeah, I think that's just about it. Like I said, I need to add some water spots or some sprinklers. I'll have to do the math on the sprinklers to see how many I would need. Sprinklers are great to have because they cover, I think, a 5x5, and then you can also put bone meal in them, and then it makes it even grow even faster. So, that's definitely a consideration. I just need to, do it. But anyways, guys, yeah, so this is basically a self-sustaining energy farm. The trees, I'll be getting apples and saplings and wood from. The wood will be turned into charcoal, which isn't pulling. Oh, I forgot to add the servo. Silly me. Just turn that on and turn that over. There we go. Now that should be pulling out and adding to here for the other guy. Yeah, so that should be good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you guys have any questions about how this setup is, I will be adding some item ducts I'll show in a later episode about pulling like the saplings out and putting them back into the planter, so you don't have to do that manually. And same thing goes with seeds for there. But alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was very informational. I tried to lay it out as quickly and as precise as possible, although I did have to take a pause there to get it laid out right. But I think this is better. I like this a lot better. So anyways guys, I hope you liked it, and I will see you guys later.